Just 45 slides to go through before Pete's going to do some note. Thanks very much to Tony for the, it's not, it's about 18, it's really quick, lots of pictures. Thanks to Tony for the opportunity for letting me speak, and also for getting me onto the entrepreneur program, and for him and Polly putting lots of time into it. The number of emails coming out at 9 o'clock in the evening and later really shows that there's a lot of their own time that they're putting in that's really appreciated by lots of people. So in terms of conflicts and disclosures, just before I start, anything contained in this presentation is my personal views only and not representative of my employers or any organisations I'm affiliated with. I also failed the 11+, got rejected with the Academic Foundation Programme, and failed MRCS Part A several times. The first bit's the thing I have to put on that my employers say, and then I put this on afterwards. Have we got any people that are applying for the programme next year in the room? Yeah. Okay, fantastic. So the point of my talk really was I'm happy to help mentor you and chat to you, and if you want any chats afterwards, and I'm more than happy to. And then the final thing for them, our CS bit, was that was what I wrote on one of my last papers. I think about 6 or 7 times. Really close, but it was just the undiagnosed dyslexia that was a bit of a stumbling block for that. But anyway, oh yeah, the other disclosure is I'm a Hammond Fellow as well. I've done some stuff with Phil Hammond, and he's helped me with some of my media stuff that I've done. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm working for AstraZeneca as a medical affairs manager, and my specific remit is to disrupt medical education because I've done some stuff off my own back. And it's a case of how do we improve the medical education that is going out to GPs predominantly, starting off in diabetes, but then also looking at the cardiovascular, renal and metabolic interplay between all those diseases. I joined in July 2017 the Clinical Entrepreneur Programme. I'm in the privileged position of being able to have gone on Sky a few times and review the newspapers and be a health pundit as well. I'll talk a little bit about that. And I still work clinically in A&E, doing 2 weekends a month. So that's my part-time job in addition to my full-time job at AstraZeneca. Because I didn't want to leave the NHS because I love it and I love the frontline work, but I couldn't do it full-time. And I'm in absolute admiration of my colleagues that spend all their life, nights, weekends, and then do extra stuff as well, because the environment is really difficult. So if there's anything that we can do to support them, then I'm really keen to help out. Okay, so basically I've got a portfolio career without the GP bit because I couldn't be a GP either, so I find the exams too difficult, and also the 10-minute consultations. So that's a little bit of an overview. From an educational background point of view, I can completely agree with Nidhi's point in terms of the students that I was teaching, between 2013 and 2018, they're getting into between £80,000 and £100,000 worth of debt. And they're facing exactly the same problems and questions that I was facing as a medical student 2004 to 2009. So I felt an obligation to do something, and my thing was an ad-free YouTube channel that was making medical education resources for medical students called Prepare for FY1. It's about got 1 million views now. But the difficulty of trying to do that in the NHS, because I branded it nicely, it was, oh, Kishan just wants to make money out of it, Kishan's a business, and there's so many roadblocks. But anyway, that gave me the skills to make videos and do some media stuff and get into mainstream media as well. I also did a master's degree, medical education master with distinction, and finished an MBA with the University of Nottingham. And I'll talk about what my contributions to the programme was in the first year as well. When I was a junior doctor, FY1 to CT2, I did 3,000 hours of extracurricular training. This probably contributes to my divorce a little bit as well. Married for 7.5 weeks, but that's another story. It wasn't my fault, I hasten to add. But they all say that, don't they? So, in 2013, my job, I was leaving my ARCP as a CT2. They tried to bring forward the criteria that you had to pass MRCS as an exit exam for CT2 rather than an entry exam into ST3, which is what I'd signed up for. And there was one surgeon who supported me, that was really good, but I then went to be a teaching fellow in Lincoln because it was an easy job, I didn't have to do nights, didn't have to do on-calls, rebranded their service a little bit, but within a month of doing that I decided I loved education, I wanted to stay and do that. So, again, it's another difficult example of the environment that the brightest people in our system are going through, that they go to ARCP and they're told, oh, Lincoln are going to pay for a master's in medical education for you. If you're taking 2 years out, I suggest that you get a PhD. Because if you were to come back to training, we wouldn't really appreciate that. Any masters, get a PhD. So I asked if they were going to fund it, and they didn't, so I just carried on. A big part of my role as a medical student as teaching medical students, was speaking out for those that couldn't. So during the junior doctors contract dispute, we made this, which is a satirical video looking at the working conditions of two Jedis and comparing it to junior doctors. And then I managed to come to the BBC. I was completely media naive and politically naive. And this was a little bit of a Lion's Den interview where Peter Levy, who is Hull's Jeremy Paxman, kept on asking the same questions, and he wanted different answers and tried to cut me in different ways. So I remember something that Alistair Campbell wrote in his autobiography about Tony Blair, in terms of if you're asked a pre-recorded question, answer it the second time using lots of hand movements. So if they try and cut you, they can't. So Peter Levy is getting more and more frustrated in this interview. I'm looking down on the floor because I've got all my notes written out on the floor, and it's the first time I'd ever done it. And I thought that it would be a nice, friendly chat, but it wasn't. But that led to some problems as well, and some issues. So anyway, I had an inquisitive mind and keen to learn. So this is a Sky reporter holding my phone while I was live streaming my Sky interview, because I was burnt by that experience with local BBC. So I felt I would start live streaming interviews and content as well, just in case it was cut, but also just refusing to do pre-records. I did something with Stephen Dixon, talking about diabetes a while ago, and I felt that we were onto something in terms of social media, in the sense that he said that Channel 5 would go to 20,000 people. So if that went to 32,000 people for no money, there's something in it. And one thing led to another. I got to interview Corbyn, and then that happened. Do you remember then that happened? So I was fortunate to be in the position to get asked by Sky to stand outside the Royal London and report on papers and do that sort of stuff. And that was a really interesting and fascinating insight. So basically all this stuff was happening. The HAP service, by that time I was on the clinical entrepreneur programme, but my route into this was somewhat fortuitous. I met Tony in 2016. It was some alternative careers workshop run by Medic Footprint, where I was up for some award, and Tony was doing a talk, and he mentioned about his dyslexia, and I wanted to talk to him more about it. So we arranged to meet up with him, didn't even think about applying to the programme, but within 2 minutes of our meeting in London, I decided to apply and join, which I did. That's just it's just a reach that you can get on social media. It's all changed, all the algorithms now though, so if anyone wants to chat about social media afterwards, I'm happy to kind of share and help in any way that I can. So what the NHS Clinical Entrepreneur Programme has allowed me to do is I've got this fantastic and privileged position where I can speak for patients, I can speak out for other doctors that are in difficult situations. But what I've been allowed to learn is that there is no point getting drawn into a political argument between left and right, red and blue, because it just turns people off, and it's better to talk about the issues in as balanced a way as possible and sidestep the politics completely, which is, I guess, what I've learned from this, and I've got to meet lots of different people and help them as well. So if I can help any of you guys that are applying, I'll hang around afterwards, and I'm really happy to kind of share experiences and chat with you and help you. In the first year, my MBA dissertation was submitted to somebody in Health Education England that was doing medical education reform, and that was about recommendations for innovation in medical education, opportunities for new medical schools, with 5 new ones opening in September 2019. There's a fantastic opportunity to put medical education on the map in the UK. And that's led on to my work with Hull York Medical School in an honorary lecturer position and getting an ND funded by them as well, which I'm eternally grateful for. Second year, we're actively recruiting, and I'm helping advertise that in terms of getting as many people, not just doctors, but nurses, medical students, clerical staff, anybody in the NHS that can have a positive contribution to patient care. For too long, they've been stamped down, and unless you're a consultant, not really listened to. So I think it's a fantastic opportunity. I'm really happy to support it and help. So best of luck with your careers and your applications. If at first you don't succeed, keep on trying. That was me trying to put a contact lens in for the first time in Specsavers, because I knew, and bearing in mind I used to sell glasses to people and contact lenses, but I knew that with the tech that's coming, I didn't want to miss out in terms of having the contact lens that you can see stuff on. And also I was dating a girl at the time who didn't like glasses, so you can weigh up the two as to which one was more important. But the lady in Specsavers actually had my head pinned back against the wall to get that contact lens in. When it was in, it was a problem about getting it out. But I'm wearing glasses out of choice. I can now wear contact lenses, you will be pleased to know. So I'm really happy to help you guys in any way. Do contact me. It's more, I'm not pitching for money, I'm not pitching for investment, I'm just pitching my time to you to help support and mentor you in any way that you would like. So do let me know. Thanks very much.
Brilliant. So I was a bit worried when Kishan came on the programme, because he's one of those people on Sky News and other things that used to like to man the barricades, but he's become much more balanced and probably has more dealings with the media than almost all of our other entrepreneurs, I would have said. Has anyone got any questions they would like to ask Kishan? Of course, he stays in the NHS working part-time in A&E and has developed a career in the pharma industry. So it's really important for the programme to help people come back. Well, I'm not going to wait anymore because Pete said he's coming, so have a seat, Kishan, you can come around. So,